Yo, what's up guys, Ramiz here. If you're still grinding out endless 5K runs, hoping to build elite-level stamina, you're wasting your time. There's a much smarter and way more powerful way to condition your body for maximum endurance, speed, and real-world athleticism. I'm talking about the type of stamina that translates to dominating on the field, on the court, in the ring, wherever your sport takes you. In today's video, I'm gonna break down why those long, slow runs are holding you back, and what you should be doing instead to unlock your true athletic potential. We're diving into the training methods of elite athletes. And trust me, they're not jogging 5Ks every day. In today's video, I'll show you why 5K runs might actually be holding you back, what elite athletes are doing instead, and how you can train smarter to build unstoppable stamina in way less time. Let's get into it. Look, for decades athletes were told, just run longer, push harder, rack up the miles. Sounds good, right? More running equals more stamina. But here's the truth. Long, steady 5Ks build one thing: moderate endurance at a moderate pace. You get good at running moderately fast, for a moderate distance. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that if your goal is just general fitness. But here's the thing, is that really your goal? If you're watching this, I'm guessing you're here because you want more. You want to be explosive, powerful, and resilient. You want the stamina to dominate in any situation, not just jog for a few miles. Because let's face it, when was the last time you saw a basketball player win a game because they had the best 5K time? When did a boxer win a championship because they could run a marathon? It doesn't happen. But if you want explosive stamina like real athletes, for football, basketball, MMA, soccer, you need stamina that's dynamic, explosive, and resilient across different intensities. You need to be able to go from 0 to 100 in a split second, recover quickly, and repeat. That's the kind of stamina that wins championships. And 5Ks, they just don't train your body for that. Now let's talk about what elite athletes are really doing to build that next level stamina. Because here's a secret, they're not out there slogging through endless 5Ks, they're not afraid to push their limits, to train in ways that are uncomfortable and challenging. Instead of endless jogging, elite athletes train their stamina using intensity variation, high-intensity intervals, anaerobic sprints, and strategic recovery. They understand that the body adapts to the stresses you put on it, so if you want to be able to handle explosive movements, you need to train explosively. This kind of training builds explosive power, mental toughness, superior aerobic and anaerobic endurance. And guess what? They recover faster between bursts. Exactly what you need in real sports and life. So if you're serious about taking your stamina to the next level, ditch the long, slow runs and start training like an athlete. Let's geek out for a second, alright? I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on the science behind why this works. When you run a slow, steady 5K, you mainly tap into your slow twitch muscle fibers. These fibers are all about endurance. They can go for a long time, but they're not going to help you win any races. That's good for endurance. But you're ignoring your fast twitch fibers, the ones responsible for speed, strength, and explosive endurance. Think of it like this. You've got two engines in your body, a diesel engine and a jet engine. The diesel engine, slow twitch fibers, is great for long hauls, but it's slow to get going and not very powerful. The jet engine, fast twitch fibers, on the other hand, is all about speed and power, but it burns through fuel quickly. When you only do 5Ks, you're basically just driving around in your diesel engine all the time. You're neglecting the jet engine, and it's getting rusty and weak. Plus, you're only training your aerobic energy system, oxygen-based energy. Athletes who only do long, slow runs end up undertrained for the real demands of competition. Alright, enough with the science lesson. Let's talk about what you should be doing instead of those 5Ks to build real-world athletic stamina. Are you ready? First up, sprint intervals. This is your bread and butter. Find a track, a field, or even just a straight stretch of road. Sprint all out for 20 to 30 seconds, like you're chasing down a breakaway goal or running from a linebacker. Then jog lightly or walk for 90 seconds to recover. Repeat this 6 to 10 times and aim for 2 to 3 sessions per week. Next, hill sprints. These are brutal, but they'll turn you into a powerhouse. Find a steep hill, the steeper the better, and sprint up it as fast as you can for 10 to 20 seconds. Walk back down to recover, and repeat for 6 to 12 rounds. Then we've got fartlek training, which is Swedish for speed play. This is a fun one because it's all about variety. Go for a run, but mix in random bursts of sprinting for 20 to 60 seconds. You can sprint to the next lamppost, then jog to the next tree, then sprint again. This keeps your body guessing and builds that adaptable stamina we're after. And let's not forget about shuttle runs, also known as suicides. These are classic for a reason. They build not just stamina, but insane agility and footwork. Set up some cones or markers 10, 20, and 40 yards apart, and sprint between them, changing direction quickly. Finally, to round out your training, incorporate some Zone 2 cardio sessions. Aim for 1 to 2 sessions per week, lasting 30 to 60 minutes at 60 to 70% of your max heart rate. Now here's how to take your training to the next level: heart rate tracking. This is how you become a master of your body's energy systems. It's about working smarter, not just harder. Elite endurance is about controlling intensity, not going 100% all the time. You don't want to redline your engine every time you train. You need to learn to find that sweet spot where you're challenging yourself without overdoing it. This is where heart rate zones come in. Zone 2, as we talked about earlier, is your aerobic base building zone. This is where you're training your body to efficiently use oxygen and burn fat for fuel. Zones 4 and 5 are your sprinting zones, where you're pushing your anaerobic threshold and building that explosive power. The key is to mix both types of training into your routine. Over time, you'll notice that your heart rate will drop for the same amount of effort, a clear sign that your stamina is going next level. Now here's one more thing most runners miss: strength training. Yeah, you heard me right. Lifting weights is not just for bodybuilders, it's for anyone who wants to be a better athlete. And that includes runners. Because here's the thing: stronger legs equal more powerful strides. Stronger core equals better running economy, which means you use less energy to cover the same distance. And a stronger body overall equals less injury risk. So how do you integrate strength training into your routine? Aim for 2 to 3 full body strength sessions a week, focusing on compound lifts like squats, deadlifts, and presses. These exercises work multiple muscle groups at once, making them the most efficient way to build overall strength. Don't forget about explosive work like jump squats, box jumps, and medicine ball throws. These will help you develop that fast-twitch muscle fiber power we talked about earlier. Trust me, once you start incorporating strength training into your routine, you'll run faster, recover quicker, and stay bulletproof. Alright, let's recap everything we covered today. Ready? Here's your cheat sheet. Ditch the endless 5Ks. Unless you're training for a marathon, they're not going to get you where you want to be. Train like an athlete. Intervals, sprints, hills, heart rate tracking. This is how you build real-world adaptable stamina. Build strength, speed, and power, not just slow endurance. If you want to build elite stamina, this is the way. Which type of interval training are you going to start with? Drop a comment below and let me know. And while you're at it, hit that like button if you learned something new today. Look, I know it can be tough to break out of old habits, especially when it comes to training, but trust me on this one. If you're serious about taking your stamina to the next level, you need to ditch the long, slow runs and start incorporating the methods we talked about today. Remember, building elite stamina is a journey, not a sprint. So be patient, be consistent, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Now get out there and start training like the athlete you were born to be. I'll see you in the next video.